This session is titled Enabling the Industries That Will Build Tomorrow's Chennai. Inviting our speaker to take the stage, the Honorable Minister TRB Rajaa, Minister for Industries, Investment Promotion and Commerce, Government of Tamil Nadu. We welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And our moderator for this session, once again on the stage, Ms. Sangeeta Kandave.
Thank you so much, Paloma. A very good evening to everybody here. I know Mr. Rajaa doesn't like long introductions. He always prefers to keep it to the point and simple. So, a brief intro. He's tall, not just in height, but in clarity of thought and scale of vision for Tamil Nadu's industries. When global CEOs land here, he doesn't rely on files and presentation. He just gets onto his car and he shows them the ground reality and he lets them decide the reality. From Chennai to every corner of the state, he's focused on one thing, turning intent into investment and conversations into factories. So welcome to this Fireside chat, Mr. Rajaa. So today we'll begin with one of your favorite phrases. This is the AI capital of India.
Oh, it is.
This is Chen.ai. So beyond the slogan, what concrete step is the government taking on this front? And also you were at the AI summit last morning in Delhi. So what were the key takeaways from the summit, sir?
Yeah, so thanks, Sangeeta, for having me here, and thanks, Super Chennai, for doing this. And first of all, congratulations to everybody who's behind Super Chennai. Love the whole idea. The moment Ram, my comms head, said this is happening and we'll go. In fact, we had assembly now. In fact, so just last minute, I just jumped over and then came over. So I was supposed to come in by 3:45, but then assembly went on. So that's the delay. But I wouldn't have missed it for anything because I really, truly love how this is sort of selfless. I know CREDAI is behind it. I know CREDAI needs Super Chennai. But that's good. That's good enough as long as you're making this dream city stand out in the world and take its true place in the world, right? Chennai deserves much, much better, and I think we're one of the best cities ever in this world. So Chennai definitely totally deserves this. And yeah, so as I said, I keep saying this, and this is my latest pitch. I keep saying this everywhere that in all of my investment pitches. I keep saying that it's not Chennai anymore, it's Chen.ai. So we have already blogged it's Chen.ai, and it has stuff on what's happening in the AI field in Chennai also. So we've already done that via Guidance Tamil Nadu. And I want all of you also to start using that phrase. I think repetition is very, very important. We need to actually get it onto the minds of people. I'll tell you what Chennai, in my mind, especially on the AI front, is possible. Everybody, I mean, we are the OGs of tech, right? We are the original tech giants, and this is where the tech story of India started. This is where the first Tidal was built by the late through Kalingar Avargal, and this is where the entire process of getting IT onto school and then schools and then rolling out that massive tech factory, the tech talent factory. This is the tech talent factory. This is the talent capital of India, right? And in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, what you see is very special. Most importantly for the tech companies is that we have the lowest attrition rate in India. Now, attrition, you know how attrition happens is usually like a very bad wedding. You married to a very bad a company where you're not satisfied, then you're moving on, or you don't have a happy what do you say? It's ஒரு ஃபேமிலின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. But if that place itself is not a happy place to be in, then you're bound to move on, right? But in Chennai, somehow people are just married for life in a very happy situation where everybody is like stuck to one person, right? And one company. So this attrition rate is very, very low. And that is, I think, is one of the main features that you all need to do because of the kind of happy home that we have and the very conservative but conservative doesn't mean we're not colorful. we are colorful and conservative at the same time. We're not Bengaluru, and we don't want to be Bengaluru also nowadays because of the traffic. We don't want to do that to Chennai. We're learning from Bengaluru. We're learning from what Hyderabad is doing with its power outages and stuff. So Chennai on its own wants to regain what it's lost over the last 15 years. It's not politics. I'm not talking politics. We really did lose out to Bengaluru and Hyderabad. I keep saying this everywhere. Bengaluru probably has better nightlife and whatever that they keep talking about. But I think we have the beaches to beat everything else. So, and if marketed properly, I think our beaches can beat any other proposition anywhere. So we'll probably stay healthy while they party all night. We can go there for the weekend maybe, but I think we'll choose health over parties, right? So, and Chen.ai needs to be a thing, and I do see a lot of investments coming in, and I don't know if you've seen the MOU with Sarvam AI. Now Sarvam is doing great. The Honorable Prime Minister's office also extremely kicked about it. When I took it to my Chief Minister, our Honorable Chief Minister through M.K. Stalin Avargal, he was very, very pleased to hear that this was now sort of made in Chennai, right? This Sarvam is from Chennai, from IIT Madras, of course, lots of our boys in it, and we would love to see that entire AI trend set into Chennai. And Chennai itself needs a lot of GCCs, right? And for more GCCs to come in, we'll need a lot of work from CREDAI. So we'll need your help in building faster and better. We want more of these A-grade spaces. Don't start off with FSI. I know that that's a big demand. It's probably coming in Dravidian Model 2.0, which we are definitely loading very, very soon. So don't worry, that's also on board. But yes, for Chennai, in just one line, I think Chennai needs to be the knowledge capital of India. And I think we are going towards the knowledge economy. Tamil Nadu is betting heavily on the knowledge economy, and Chennai should bet heavily on knowledge. GCCs, AI, R&D, and of course, a good services sector that adds value to the brains that are going to come in, and then the required knowledge sector, right from schools to colleges, all at international level, or do whatever we're doing at best possible. Yeah, I think Chennai has a long way to go in building a bit of social infra alone, but rest of it is already in place, and we're working on the other part also.
You like to be called as a Mannai boy, but the Mannai boy has spent most of his time in Chennai. Yeah. So you've seen multiple evolutions, the IT, the automobile, and multiple things. So what do you see? How is Chennai going to be over the next 5 years in terms of industries? What kind of industries can we see here? What kind of expansions are we going to see here?
No, as I told you, we are betting heavily on R&D. We're betting very heavily on R&D. I think the city, if you talk about Chennai, as the Chennai that we see today, of course, this metropolis is going to keep booming. We're going to increase, we're going to add several square kilometers to Chennai every other year, thanks to the booming real estate here, and thanks to Parandur again, the new airport that's going to come up. And once the airport also comes up, you'll probably have even better mileage to the city, and you will see growth towards that zone of the city, and you'll also see more growth towards the southern side of the city. And every zone needs to focus on one part of life, right? Probably the sun side should be the recreational part, right? And the northern side probably the industrial part. Again, the west, Chennai and the towards west, and of course part of south should be the GCC part. But having said that, once the metro is on, you already know the phase 2 is also coming up very quickly. So what we are trying to do is make sure that the commute time is lesser, right? We want to spread out habitations across Chennai and make sure that the population is not concentrated in one area. That's going to be hugely unsustainable. In fact, what I want to see Chennai do be forever is sustainable more than anything else, right? That comes first. That's the most important thing. And when we go vertical, when we decide to go vertical and we do go vertical, we don't want to again cluster everything into one area. But that said, wherever you put your office in Chennai, you should be able to get your workforce in in at least 30 minutes. So I think transit time of not more than 30 minutes is key for any city to thrive. And that way, what you ensure also is that you make sure that these populations sustain themselves within certain clusters across the city, and then they zoom in to work and zoom out to work across the city itself. And also make sure that the weight of the population on infra and on that area does not become congested over at least a 30 to 40 year period. And we don't want to just go up consistently. We want to just put a cap at that also, because we've seen all over the world booming populations, they just mess up the water situation and every other basic necessity that's needed for the city. So we don't want this to become an absolute concrete jungle. We want to retain the greenery you see around Rajbhavan, but Rajbhavan I'm not too sure about. But the greenery, yes. The greenery, yes. And we are, of course, creating more parks. As you know, Semmari Ponga is one of the best, and you've seen so many parks around. So we want Chennai to be, as I said, the city with the least attrition, the city with the population with the happiest population. I think that's key. Yeah.
Also, data centers are a next big thing in Chennai. And a lot of data centers are investing in Chennai also. But do we have sufficient space to accommodate these data centers? Isn't the city oversaturated?
Thank
What's
you.
your
Please,
view?
yes, thanks for the question. Nambathulla yara the land vaangichina dayavu senju edavadhu sayinga. I think it's just stupidity just to go to one place because everybody else is going for data centers. You lay a cable, there are 7 subsea cables which are coming and landing in Chennai. I don't know what fixation they have, these data center guys have with Ambattur. Huh? That's a brilliant residential complexes katlan. There can be so much more. You'd probably get more GCCs onto Ambattur. Why would you want to just build DCs with, power guzzling DCs within the city? I think that's stupidity. And I've been telling everybody that get out of Ambattur or go, enough with Ambattur. Please go to somewhere else. There's so many other good locations that we can run our cables to. And we'll give you proper redundancy wherever you want to put your DCs onto. And more than as I said, because of our heavy push, a heavy focus on AI, because we strongly believe that AI is not going to vanish very, very soon. It's going to be the game changer, and we really have to bet heavily on that. I would rather see more AI data centers come in, probably a 20 meg or a 30 meg AI data center coming in. I would rather see more GPUs than your traditional compute available. So I don't want to see more of power guzzling data centers in Chennai. I don't think my Chief Minister wants it. My Chief Minister is very, very clear about what Chennai needs. If you want large data guzzling, very little job giving data centers, my friends in Andhra want it, please go there. But I know we are very clear about what Tamil Nadu wants.
So you're okay with competition on this front?
Huh?
You're okay with projects going to Andhra?
I'm okay with any of these gas guzzlers, power guzzler going anywhere. I don't have a problem. See, I'm doing this for India, right? Look at the, you saw the journalists jump through, you were okay with projects going to. When did I say I'm okay with projects going to? I said this project, I don't have, if you ask me if I want to do a large, heavily polluting industry in Tamil Nadu, and you ask me if that project can go anywhere else, I'll say yes, of course. Right? I know what Tamil Nadu wants. We know, we are very clear. My Chief Minister, through M.K. Salan, is very, very clear about what we want, where we want it, and what kind of jobs these are going to create in Tamil Nadu. And when it comes to Chennai, I know that I think it's as somebody who's lived in the city for such a long time, as somebody who's passionately loves the city with all my heart, and as somebody who does that, I don't think we should get anything that's going to guzzle our power. We've seen those days before. We don't want to go back to those days, right? Extreme power guzzling infra within the city is stupidity. And I think we should slightly do away with it. We're slowly growing out of it. We can't just shut down every DC, right? We definitely need DCs, but I would personally choose AI DCs over conventional DCs, right? And AI DCs with redundancy with more of green power, because we are a state with 70%, 60, almost 60%, 57 so Sikrama we should be hitting 60 to 65% of green. We would love to hit 70%. So when there is green power available and you have AI data centers, you will have more data crunching, more compute happening here with companies which want to use green power and use GPUs here, right? So I think that makes more sense. Then I have a population which is earning, which has jobs which it deserves, and is also earning that X amount of money, which is going to spend locally, which is going to go back into that economy in that city itself. And of course, that city is going to get more taxes, which it can spend on better infra for people. That chain has to be consistent, right? That has to go on. So I think we're very clear about that. If you get a DC, GST revenue, number of jobs is very, very low. What am I going to do with it in giving prime land 25, 30 crores, 30 odd crores in Ambattur? Why would I do that and waste all the power also into the city? I'd probably have it more in the sun side of Chennai, where the land is also cheaper. In Sriperumbudur, people are putting up data centers now. We are pushing them to go further. We're giving that comfort level for them to go away from Chennai, do that. But the compute can be used by the GCCs and the R&D centers. Look at what Hitachi Energy has, its own world's largest R&D center in Chennai. Now these guys, when they start using more GPUs, then you'll probably use that GPU, which is also in proximity, while sitting inside Chennai, working out of the GPUs which are working just sitting outside Chennai and not disturbing the power, the load balancing inside Chennai, right? So yeah, we have to balance everything. We balance infra energy first of all. We balance water requirement, of course. You know that all these, some of these data centers, all if you want to go do 2 gig of data centers now, look at the amount of water that you'll need. Do you think that stress is needed? Please go to Andhra. I don't have a problem.
Okay. Sir, earlier this week, the State Planning Commission came out with the Economic Survey 2025-26. And one of the key things in the economic survey is, considering the current growth rate, we will definitely achieve the $1 trillion economy by 2031. That's what the policy indicates. So what do you think Chennai should be doing to contribute to the 2031 vision, sir? With the 2031, the $1 trillion economy.
The $1 trillion economy. We are at about 340, 350 billion now, right? I don't know how many of you know, but if Tamil Nadu was a separate country, then we would be among the top 50 countries in the world, right? But before everybody else twists that comment, we are part of India and we are doing this for India, and Tamil Nadu is the engine that is powering India. And we just hope, pray and plead Delhi to respect Tamil Nadu and its people and its output for what it deserves, right? We just asking for that. We just not asking for it. We think we just deserve that respect. Our people here, they toil so hard. They pay so much of taxes, and we just asking for more buck from Delhi. We pay them 1 rupee, they give us 29. We just asking for at least 40, 45. So, but anyway, that is a different story. If you look at what the capability of Chennai itself is, as I said, we are the state with we are the most urbanized state in India. Right? We're the most urbanized state in India. So I don't see sense in adding more population to this fixed area, right? I don't know why people want more people to come into Chennai, right? I think the Chennai's definitely don't want it. We all love the Pongal and Diwali when everybody else goes out, right? And it's the traffic and everything which every metropolis brings in, which you want to avoid, right? But I think what we are doing as a state, as a government today, is enabling every place to become Chennai. Every part of Tamil Nadu to become Chennai. I think a government should do that and not just work on one city. We want Coimbatore to work. We want Madurai to work. We want Trichy to work. We want Tanjavur to become everything. But we don't want everything to become Chennai itself. We want those cities to sustain themselves as themselves. Tanjavur can be a proud Tanjavur by its own. Right? Trichy, it's doing great already. And look at Coimbatore. They're doing fantastically well. It's one of the most sustainable already. I mean, hope that the way people work for Kovai itself. So all of that is already happening. So I don't think we should add more population to Chennai. We just enable the population which is already in Chennai first. And make sure we give them the best of infrastructure. Make sure we give them both best of social infrastructure and industrial infrastructure also. Make sure that every fiber running through to your home has at least 1 TB of data possibility, right? So I think Kalam sir wanted 4 TB. அதில் நம்ம 1 TB தான் கொடுப்போமே இல்லை and I'm saying I think we should work on a society which is completely enabled by the policy, by the rich, brilliant policy of a government which is always in touch with the people. I think that is what Chennai should ask for, and not for more population to come in or more crowding or whatever. I think that is not the right metric. The right metric is to make sure that Chennai it becomes Chennai gets to actually dip its hand into the best of infra and make good utilize it properly, and also add more financial growth and mental growth, which is happiness quotient. That's what we want to see. At the end of the day, we want to see more happy Chennai, and I think that's what should be the metric there, and nothing else.
Sir, Chennai is very strong in terms of industry and talent, but there are a lot of gaps, like we have lifestyle gaps, we have social infrastructure gaps.
Lifestyle gap.
Sir, for example, the Koreans, they want
Koreans.
golf, they want to play golf.
I'll tell you what
Korea wants to play. Sir, people want breweries, people want
Inniki Kaalayila I signed I don't know if I can tell you that, but Inniki Kaalayila we signed we pushed one important project, a golf course, which TIDCO is also going to be part of. So I know golf is a big requirement from all the investors, especially the Koreans. They just want it wherever they live. They given to left to them, they'll have 100 golf courses in Chennai, and still want more. So, but I think we're already getting one to the south of Chennai, one to the west, two to the west of Chennai. Right? Yeah. I'm hoping defense gives us this one here that they have near the airport.
Breweries and breweries.
I told you, beaches over breweries.
Because even
please.
now we have people going to Bangalore. They take the morning train, they go drink and come back.
Oh, good for them. No, so let them go and come back. Let them go and see how the traffic in Bangalore is, and they'll come back here for life.
So also the state has been investing heavily in skilling, especially through Nan Mudalvan and multiple other forums. So these skilling programs are just at the college level. So what are we doing to skill the existing workforce through industry?
No, it's not at the college level. We are actually in constant touch with industry, and industry gives us feedback, and we tell them we are also spending our money to train students to the requirement of the industry itself. We learn from industry, we take inputs from the industry, and we train talent. இப்போ இது நிறைய வாட்டி சொல்லியிருக்கேன், I don't know if you know, but for WinFast, which is a brilliant way that the collector, Thuthukudi collector, Ilam Bhagavat, that's his name. Now, Ilam Bhagavat he did a phenomenal job. WinFast wanted about 400, they wanted 200 kids, workers, and they said initially they'll want to hire from all over Tamil Nadu and across India also. We said, you don't know about Tamil Nadu yet. It's only 200 people. Don't worry at all. So relax and sort of we told our Deputy Chief Minister Thiruvananthapuram Stalin and through his office we connected Dan Bodulan and the district collector, right? So what we did is WinFast is in Thuthukudi WinFast Sutti about 30 kilometers something radius. They took up all the ITIs and polytechnics there. So we went there. We lifted about 386 students. We selected 386 students from there. We gave them hands-on training on what could possibly be required in WinFast, and then we gave them the interview skills. and then konja communication skills, right? We taught them all of that. And then we chose 306 out of that, and WinFirst ended up choosing the first 200. So that's the kind of work we're already doing. So the same can be replicated anywhere. And for Chennai, I don't think that upskilling is required in a big way, because it's a very fluid society, and people come in and go. It's a churning society, right? People come here, many learn, and then go back, set shop in the rural areas, in the new upcoming urban areas. I see that happening in a big way. People coming here, get that exposure, and they go back to that local urban locale and then start something there. I've seen a lot of these SMEs come up in all these rural, urbanized centers in rural Tamil Nadu, from people who have learned from Chennai. So I think Chennai is also adding value all across Tamil Nadu by just showcasing what it can do.
Sir, we are running short of time. We'll do a quick rapid fire. I have 4-5 questions, a rapid fire question for you.
Why don't you throw it to them?
No, we'll just do this rapid fire and we'll open the floor for questions, sir. So, one Chennai habit investors must learn quickly.
To be fast. To be quick, of course.
Okay. Factory floor or boardroom? Where do you enjoy conversations more?
Absolutely floors, factory floors. I think gears are more important than,
What is that one
charts.
food you would recommend every visiting investor in Chennai?
One what?
One food. What food would you recommend them in Chennai?
Old school, but I don't know if that Ratna Cafe is still there. But I think, Ratna Cafe, I think they should probably try that. The proper Chennai dosa, not the Karnataka dosa one. Not the Karnataka sambar. Namma sambar, namma dosa.
Okay, industries minister on a Sunday, work or switch off?
Absolutely work.
What is the best feedback you've received from an investor? And if possible, can you name the investor?
We get some really good feedback every night. They actually surprise us that, சொல்லி கொடுத்து கூட்டு வந்தீங்களாடா அப்படின்லாம் கேட்பேன் நான் கைடன்ஸில் அந்த மாதிரி. ஏன்னா they're really, really positive. I'm not joking. It's so nice to hear all these investors come in and say such nice things, right? And this is like after that investment come எல்லாம் MOU எல்லாம் incentives எல்லாம் கொடுத்த அப்புறம் இது இன்சென்டிவ்காக இவன் பேசுறானா மாதிரிலாம் இருக்கணும். அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இல்லை. They really are kicked about Tamil Nadu. And this, I tell you people, it can't be done by just the government, right? It's the people of Tamil Nadu who are so brilliant. And we are also thankful. And for a government to work, the people have to trust the government, and the government needs to trust the people, right? And I think it's just sinking so beautifully nowadays that we have that going, right, with each other. So I think when we enable the people, see, ஒரு government வந்து trust பண்ண முடியாது. எதையும் தூக்கி இதை செய்யுங்கலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது people. We can only give enablers. We can give you, இதை பிடிச்சிட்டு அப்படி வளருங்க, இப்படி பிடிச்சிட்டு அப்படி வளருங்கன்னு சொல்லி அதை கொடுக்கலாம். பிடிச்சிட்டு வளர்றதுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பாப்புலேஷன் வரும். நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்க பாப்புலேஷன் அந்த மாதிரி பாப்புலேஷன், அட்டகாசமான பாப்புலேஷன். So they actually do that, yeah. Okay. So did I answer your question then? No. What is that question then? Rapid fire. I went off somewhere along the
tangent. Last one, sir.
No, what is that question?
That was about the feedback that you received.
The feedback. Yeah. One feedback. The best feedback. I'll tell you, give you the latest feedback. It was yesterday. Yesterday, last night or the previous night. I actually met. I also have something going with Hyundai. So Hyundai shipping. We're doing something large with shipbuilding. And they came and we were chatting, and then they said, I've never seen a government in India pressurizing the investor to be fast. So, I mean, that I thought was fantastic. We was just eating dinner and just said, I've never seen a government in India which is pressurizing us so much. Why are you pressurizing us so much? And anyway, we love it. And that's the kind of thing he said. So he loved the way we were pushing him, and he actually said, it's nice to see somebody saying, do it quickly and fast. And yeah, I think that was one. And another really sweet one, which is very close to my heart, is a Japanese investor, a worker in Yamaha. And this was in the Japanese High Commissioner's house. It was dinner, sushi, brilliant sushi. So it was there. And then he basically said, we didn't even ask him to say a few words. It was somebody else who was supposed to say, this fellow, he just said, my daughter, she's 8, and she goes to school every day in the morning at 8 o'clock, and she comes back at about 4. And I leave at 7 in the morning. And every single day she goes to school on her own, alone, and she comes back alone. Not for a second have I ever thought, would there be any issues with her going all alone in Chennai? And I think that safety, a father from across the waters, right? From all across the waters, from all the way from Japan, comes here, feels at home and feels safe because he knows that this population will stand for his daughter and stand there like it's our own daughter, right? So I think that feeling that Chennai gives to a foreigner, no other place in India can do that.
Absolutely, sir. So one skill our workforce needs urgently in the next 5 years, what skill is it? There are
AI.
many youngsters here. What
AI.
advice would you give them?
Yeah, of course, I'm betting heavily on AI. I'm hoping it will work properly. But yeah, we're advancing at breakneck speed. I think everybody needs AI skills. Not just, please stop using AI like Google. I think we'll need to actually enable the population itself. I think that's very, very key. And I think we're already working on that. In fact, our Chief Minister has already asked us to work on that. Not just on the educational front, not just school education, not just college education. It's the population at scale, right? At population scale, we need to enable the population of Tamil Nadu to utilize AI in their everyday life in a better way. And of course, that's coming in governance also.
We'll open the floor for just 2 questions, not more than that.
This is Ranjit Rathod. I have a specific question. As a businessman, we have to travel to different parts of the country and abroad. Over the last few years, we are seeing flight connectivity dropping significantly, both domestic flights and international flights. Many of the flights have discontinued, like Air France, Japan Airlines, and we are left with very few options right now. And in India, obviously, to reach a place, we have to take multiple flights via Hyderabad, via Bangalore. Could government do something to improve the airport connectivity, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just looking at one note I just took when Ashoka was speaking. She said 10 பேர் இருக்காங்க ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட்டு, அவங்க ஆளுக்கு ஒரு பார்ட்டிக்கு போட்டாலே எங்களுக்கு ஆளே கிடைக்க மாட்டேன்னு சொன்னேன். நான் என்ன சொல்கிறேன், நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் இந்த ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் கிட்ட யாரெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு கரெக்டாக பதில் சொல்லுவாங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு மட்டும் அமிச்சிங்க வச்சுக்கோங்க, உங்களுக்கு ஆளுங்க கம்மியாக இருப்பாங்க. எதுக்கு சொல்லனா, இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாருக்கிட்டையும் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் போயிட்டு பதில் சொல்லாதவங்ககிட்டலாம் மைக்கு போட்டு நிற்கிறனால certain things get blown out of proportion, right? And that is why you see that delay today. And that is why we don't have that, the airport that we should have had much faster, right? Unnecessary issues being blown out of proportion when we are definitely with the population. No development can happen without the onboarding of the people, the population in that part, right? Nothing can happen without that. And we are extremely passionate about making sure that the people are taken care of properly before any other new development happens. So that said, we've been continuously asking the government of India to give us our share, to give us our share of aircrafts, our share of connectivity. There needs to be POC, or a port of call, POC, right? So it's a port of call. So every country has this agreement with each other, and if there's one port of call, avanga urla or port of call kudukalam. And the mari we've been asking for Coimbatore. Coimbatore deserves connectivity, more connectivity to Europe, to Dubai, of course, even better. But Coimbatore, for that population, for that industrialized population, konjam avங்களுக்கு நிறைய business class connectivity வேணும். இப்போதைக்கு கொஞ்சம் எக்கானமி இருக்குது, but நிறைய business class is needed. So this has been a long pending request. Tiruchi, one of the fastest growing airports in India, while several airports are built in some other states and are completely shut within 6 months, Tiruchi, which needs all that connectivity, is not given what it's due for. 4 aero bridge இருக்காங்க, சும்மா நின்னுட்டு இருக்கு, aircraft இல்லை, right? And we have where you can come and bays are available, everything is available, massive new airport is available. Tiruchi is probably the only airport which has 3 airports, right? The old one, and then the one that came in between, and then this one now. So we have all of this, and yet we don't have connectivity. Why? You should ask my friend Ram, who's sitting there, and I'm hoping he's listening. And we've been pleading, and look at the facilities in Chennai, the airport that I've been shouting from the rooftops. I've been talking to them directly. We've gone and told them the connectivity that you're losing, absolutely true. And idukaprom pesina the politics nu solranga. How is this right? This is the fourth largest city in India, and one of the fastest growing, the fastest growing economy in India. We deserve that connectivity. If you think sanely, would you connect the fastest growing city, fastest growing state, or something, or a state which is trying to grow? Not fast. I'm just saying trying to at least to grow. Why would you do that? I'm not saying don't give them. I'm just saying do this and that, right? And what we are losing out now is the connectivity which is already there. Colombo gone, Air India is just dropping like flies here. So we just losing connectivity left, right, center. But the government of union government should do something about it. This is where my pitch for Peri Air comes from. We need Peri Air very, very soon. Our own Dravida model airlines. And in the matter, inevitably they push us towards all this, and then they say we are doing all of this. I mean, if you are giving it, why would I have to build my own metro? It's your thing. It's your baby. You have to give funding for metros in Chennai. If you're not going to fund Chennai metro, who else are you going to give it to? And look at the population in some parts of other parts of India. I don't want to name them because I don't have a problem if you're going to give them funds for metro, right? But denying Coimbatore is insane, right? Denying a metro for Coimbatore is insane. It's absolute insanity, right? For a population which has been building this country for over 100 years. The textile sector there, the industrial sector there in Kovai has been building this country for 100 years, and you deny that population on a metro. How is this right? The same with Chennai. Look at the connectivity you are messing up now. But don't worry, we are on track. Parandu is going to take off very, very soon. It is going to be the best airport in India. Take it in writing. We will be connected. And I've done a lot of travel all my life. And for me, as a passenger, I know what this is needed there. My chief minister has traveled all across the world. And every time I travel with him, he keeps saying, idu markada. Every airport we've seen, he's invariably told me, he's asked. And every facility that the passenger, so this airport that's going to come in Chennai, it's going to be one of the best connected, and it's also going to be the most passenger-friendly airport ever. You take that in writing. That is key, because this chief minister itself has put his heart and soul into it. And we'll see a brilliant airport, and we'll see good connectivity coming. And once we do that, we will take back our true position as the GCC capital of India also.
I'm a visiting storyteller from the UK, and I've been really impressed that people like bus drivers, zookeepers and everything have been upskilling in storytelling. And do you see it as an integral part of the of industry to have everyone being able to tell their story and tell the story of Chennai and their own stories?
I totally love it. Yes. I truly believe that everybody has to tell stories. And I think a civilization, right? And I don't know if you know this, Tamil is the oldest continuously spoken language in the world. And we are... Our language is just completely pregnant with all this knowledge that she's been carrying for at least 5,300 years now, because we've been known to use iron for at least 5,300 years back. And just a week back, one of our travelers, he's gone all the way up to Egypt, and he's just scribbled his name on top of one of those monuments right there. He was just relaxed and chilled there. He just traveled, and he was not just traveling, he was trading, right? So when a civilization is trading across the oceans for over 2,000 years, and then you know that we have enough stories to tell. And that is why I tell you where, here comes my AVGC pitch. Tamil Nadu and Chennai needs to be the AVGC capital of India. Because AVGC sector is a phenomenal opportunity to increase jobs, right? It's a huge job generator. In the AVGC sector, I'm particularly very, very keen on the comic side of it. And I think we've done nothing in the comic side of it. I love what in all these small time, I wouldn't say small time, they've done a fantastic job. I don't know if you've seen the Nila comics in Onirke. Nila comics or Ponniyin Selvan, I don't know how many of you have read. It's a phenomenal attempt. I've been trying to help them them in some way, but these guys are just brilliant, but yet they haven't taken off. The stories Chennai and India has, we don't want to just celebrate our stories. I think India is a massive, massive country. We're a subcontinent, and we have millions of stories to tell. And I just hope all these stories can be told in every language that is spoken in India, not just Hindi. You got that part? Okay. So, I also want to say this in every form possible, right? And and probably animate this with the amazingly talented animators in Chennai itself, right? So these kids get the job, and we also get to tell the stories. And in fact, Ashoka or somebody was, I think, Ninga solittinga, Sam, you saw the Sam's pitch for his daughter, nice. I loved it. I totally loved it. As a father of a girl, and I loved the way he just stood there for his daughter. Yeah, kudos, Sam. And as I said, the storytellers, நீங்க encourage பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னாங்கல்ல, I've seen the brilliant item, story trails, and நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. It's on beautifully made, phenomenally made. But the number of views for story trailsக்கும் பரிதாபங்களுக்கும் வேரியேஷன் பாருங்க எங்கேயோ இருக்குது. I'm not saying Paradam is bad, it's superb, I love that also. But story trails deserves much more, right? It's got such beautiful stories about Chennai and Tamil Nadu. So let's all celebrate stuff like that also. And I think all of us need to give these nice, good ones, right? Just give it a push so that, these guys get their deserved audience. And I think these things will add value to people when they look at Chennai. I must tell you this, oh boy, seriously. Sorry I'm taking so much of time, but I seldom get this kind of an audience, so which actually can make a difference to the city itself. So I really want to talk to you about what Nas told me when Nas Delhi and he'd come here, and he told me one thing. He said, Rajaa, when I look at what to do in Chennai, things to do in Chennai, I get this Krishnath butterball, which is a rock, and I get Mahabalipuram at best. And then what is Chennai? I don't know what is Chennai. He said the number of videos about Chennai is so less. அதை பற்றி எதாவது பண்ணுங்கன்ற மாதிரி அவர் சொன்னார். So it was such an insight. For a foreigner to come and say things to do in Chennai போட்டால் இதுதான் வருதான் first. So and they usually look at the ones that some of the large tour operators and all of them push, right? So how long are you going to just celebrate a rock which is just standing there? It's just nature, man. How long will you அதை எவ்வளோ நாள் நம்ம அது போய் ஃபோட்டோ எடுக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன இருக்குதுல்ல? There's so much more to Chennai, right? And look at what we're going to do. And this is why we had this tourism conclave recently. And I've been wanting to do an arts binale here for forever. And we're going to do that next year for sure. Next year, Chennai is going to have its own arts binale. And it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be the best in India.
Thank you so much for that energizing session, sir. Thanks a lot, and thank you to the audience also.